Hello children, welcome for today's biology class. So today now let us continue the chapter Improvement in Food Resources. The topic going to be covered are need for increasing food production, different types of crops and crop variety improvement. Now let us go inside the chapter. So first you should know why there is a need for increase in food production, because our population is growing continuously. If it is growing continuously like that, for the growing population, so we need more food. So when you observe, the cultivation area is also limited. We are using the agricultural land for construction of industries, and we are using that for construction of homes. So that's why, so the cultivation area is limited. So within that area, the production efficiency should be improved within a limited area. So the efficiency of the food production to be increased. So to increase the efficiency of crops, the food crops and livestock, so varieties of scientific technologies and the management practices are being followed. So we have to, agriculture means in olden time it was followed by the villagers, but now it's not like that. The scientific values and the scientific management practices to be now adopted along with agriculture to increase more yield, to increase the crop yield, and for that we are doing mixed farming, intercropping, integrated farming practices, like we are combining agriculture with livestock, poultry, fisheries, beekeeping, like that. Because from here this growing other animals, we are getting manures from them. Apart from that, beekeeping it increases the pollination and the yield of the crop. So integrated type of cropping nowadays it is being adopted, and so that the land area is decreasing because we are converting the agricultural land to growing population. So population is growing, they need their own home. So because of that, many agricultural land it is converted into small domesticated places. The human beings started to live there. So within that limited area, to increase the yield of crop, so we are doing various practices. Now let us study the chapter. So first we have to know regarding the different varieties of crops. So different varieties of crops, they provide varying nutrient to us. Carbohydrates we get from different type of cereals like rice, wheat, maize, millets, and all they provide this carbohydrates, that is energy giving food. Then proteins we get from pulses, peas, beans, grams, lentils, they provide proteins, that is body building food. And next, fats. So fats we get from oil seeds, groundnuts, sesame seeds, and castor, mustard, linseed, sunflower. So from that we get oils. So fat is also one type of energy giving food. Then later varieties of vegetables, spices, fruits, and all we are growing, it provides us vitamins and minerals. So we need carbohydrates, proteins, fats, okay, and minerals, vitamins, all we get from plants. And apart from that we get fodder crops. The fodder crops, it provides nutrition to the animals. Okay, from the animals we get the animal food, milk, egg, and all. If you don't provide proper food to them, then the yield will be decreased. So we have to provide proper food to them. These animals also, cattle and poultry and other farm animals, we have to provide. Then only the yield can be increased. For that also we depend upon plants. So the different type of crops, they grown in different climatic conditions according to temperature and duration of sunlight. Duration of sunlight, you call that as photoperiod. According to different type of climatic conditions, different type of crops are there. During summer, so summer the days will be lengthy. So during winter the days will be short. So that is the photo period, you call that as. Accordingly the different type of plants are grown. Kharif crops, these are all crops grown during rainy season, that is June to October. So mainly the paddy, soybean, maize, pigeon pea, green gram, black gram, cotton are coming under this category, Kharif crops. And next one is Rabi crops. So here they are growing in the winter season, so from November to April. So here wheat, grams, peas, mustard, linseed are coming under this category. Children, you should differentiate the Kharif crops and Rabi crops. It can be asked in 2-mark questions. So you should remember the difference. So which month it is growing? It is from June to October. This is from November to April. Okay, and remember some examples also. So here classification of crops, that is Kharif crop, that is monsoon crops, and Rabi crops, winter crops, and some type of crops. Now can you see here summer crops. So here they grow mainly planted in the month of March. You get more watermelon and cucumber and all during summer season because they are all summer crops. Okay, so like that different type of classification of the crops based on the season they are grown. So now, okay, we have to increase the crop yield. Maybe the plants, whatever we grow, we want to get more yield from the crops. So how can we improve? So by means of three main activities. This crop variety improvement, crop production improvement, other is crop protection improvement. So variety improvement, then later the production to be improved, then crop to be protected from diseases, pests and all. So these are the three managements. By means of three methods we can increase the crop yield. Now let us study one by one. First is crop variety improvement. So how the variety can be improved? By means of hybridization. What is hybridization? It is a crossing between genetically dissimilar plants. So here we are selecting the plants with the desirable qualities, useful characteristics, and they are crossed. So for example, the useful qualities from the plant, desirable qualities, it can be disease resistance, good quality and high yield. So like that the useful characteristics, the plants with useful characteristics are chosen and they are hybridized. So the hybridization are of two types, that is interspecific and intergeneric. So interspecific means between two different species of the same genus. So when we cross, you call that as interspecific. Intergeneric means between two different genera, two different genus. When we cross, you call that as intergeneric. So other method of improvement is by genetically modified crops by means of biotechnology, modern method. So we can get the desired characteristics by means of modifying. Genetically we can modify the plants and we can get, that is by biotechnology and genetic engineering. So either by hybridization, that is the old technique, the new technique is genetically modifying the crops. So it is the modern method. So first let us see regarding hybridization. So here that is one A breed, this is B breed, this is having one best quality and this is having the other quality. So we want to cross this two, the quality possessed by this is not possessed by this B variety. So both of them, they are different. For example, this is having high yield and this plant is showing disease resistance. So we want to combine both good characters, high yield and disease resistance. So when we are dusting the pollen grain from this flower to this flower, okay, and if we are getting the seeds from this plant, so by means of interbreeding, that we call that as hybrid AB. The AB variety, it is possessing both the characters of A and B, means high yield and disease resistance. So both the good qualities are possessed by this plant. So that's why this is showing the hybrid vigor. And this plant can be selected and grown because it is having combination of both good qualities from inbred A and inbred B, that is hybrid AB you call that as. This is a simple example, it has been shown here for you. So now let us see in the case of crop variety improvement, for which purpose we do, why we are doing this. So that is 5 different features it has been given here. Sometimes it can be asked in 5 mark question, children. So 5 different variety characteristic features are there. For this purpose we are doing the crop variety improvement. To increase the yield, the productivity of the crop, to increase that is higher yield for that purpose. And second, biotic and abiotic resistance, to make the plant resistant to various biotic factors, that is insect, diseases, and abiotic factors, drought, salinity, heat, cold, because different type of stresses faced by the plants. For that you can make the plant resistant for that purpose. And the change in maturity season, for example, some plants they may take lot of time to get mature. So means it will take 6 months or 7 months because this you are sowing the plant and harvesting time. For then in between that the gap will be more. So then the farmers they have to spend more time upon the plant to take care of them. So here the maturity time, if it is reduced, for example 6 month duration, when it is converted into 3 months. So then it will be easier for them. So within 3 months they will get the yield from the plant, and so next plant can be grown in the same field. So the farmers, they will be more benefited. So that is change in maturity season. Then wider adaptability. So the crops know, so better climatic conditions, so different climatic conditions when the plants they are able to grow, not only in the particular climate. So varying climatic conditions, if you are able to grow, no, it will be easier. In any climate we can grow that particular crops, that is wider adaptability. Then desirable agronomic features. So whatever the features we need, the good characters, if they get known, that plants can be grown. For example, fodder crops. Fodder crops, no, so mainly we are using for animal feed. That type of crops we want to get more branching and tallness. So in the case of fodder crops, we want tall and more branches. And in the case of if you are cereal crops, if you are using mainly for cereals, that is for grains, if you are getting no need to get more leaves and all. The dwarf plants are preferred. So dwarf plants are preferred for cereal crops, and for fodder crops and tall and more branching crops are that are preferred. Like that, these are few different type of characteristics needed, mainly used during crop variety improvement. Higher yield, biotic and abiotic resistance, change in maturity season, wider adaptability, and desirable agronomic characters. Okay children, learn all these 5 characters. It can be asked in 5 mark questions sometimes. Okay, so today we are concluding up to this. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.